And we're here. Yay, we made it.
Yay!
Oh, that
Oh.
was so scary. I was like, oh, I got all the gremlins taken care of early today. I'm so excited. And then, man, there was some waiting to ambush me. But
As
Somebody said
soon
one
as
of
you,
them after midnight again.
yeah, as soon as you said I've got all the gremlins, my heart sunk a little bit, and I'm like,
right,
oh,
I
you might have
was
cursed him.
I was overconfident, and they had to teach me a lesson. So here we are, not too late, and everything seems to look and sound nice, I think. But chat, feel free to let us know if anything seems off. Um, but on my end here, everything looks like it's running how it's supposed to.
Sweet. So I think we were saying we're gonna do just a brief recap of what happened last time, and then jump into some more rural cyberpunk drama. So everyone can jump in and correct me. What I remember is you finished sort of your job for Ash, and Ash was kind of a brat about it to all of you. Um, and we jumped into some entanglements. My dog might have just grabbed a squeaky toy. I might have to go do something about that. Okay,
I was worried it was me.
Clifton, can you do a little bit of a summary while I go get that squeaker?
Yeah, so we went through essentially our downtime and sort of town phases. So that involved turning things in, talking to Ash. We got some favors for that. Then we each kind of, before we got to go into our downtime activity, though, we got to roll in the entanglements, which is usually a fairly, I think, quickly resolved thing. But we turned it into a whole session because because I believe it was Luna is friends with some murderers who wanted us to make sure that someone else got blamed for their
That's a
murdering.
strong word.
Actually, we're all friends with the
Murderers or
murderers.
friends?
So, right? so yeah, we framed one group for the murders committed by another group. Let's see, what were those factions? It was the Red Ropes is the military group, and those were the people that were the victims of the murder. The people who asked us to hide the murder, the ones that actually committed the murders, was what were they called again?
They were the Moonshiners.
The Moonshiners, yes. And the people we framed as having committed the murder is a big unpleasant gang in the area called the 1057 or something. Did I get that right?
Yeah, the 1050s.
1050s, okay. And we didn't mind framing them because they're just generally unpleasant people. I think we all felt a little weird about it, but, you know, we all bonded over it and had a good time, and then went through with our downtime. Let's see, my character, Scout, they spent some time with their bike that was inhabited by an AI technology thing, and managed to separate it and do a little bonding with Karen. Haven't quite managed to figure it out yet, but I'm working on that as a long-term project. And I'll let each of you other players tell us what you did with your downtime activities. That means Mac or Christian.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. One of us.
you
Yeah.
are right. I'm trying to remember what I did during downtime.
I went out to the woods to the place where we got nature all mad at us, and I went and sang him a song.
Oh yeah, we have a song promised to us.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start with that after we do the whole intro video and stuff.
All right.
If
Yeah,
you're
promise
ready.
it's gonna be. Yeah, no, I mean as ready as I'll ever be.
Awesome.
Finish our recap first.
All right.
I worked to do some disaster preparation, I guess, with the local townspeople. Tried to help them prepare for storms and general threats, brought on by the wild. I think that I also did some work for London, who is the boss, in order to establish some kind of relationship with him.
Yeah, so you're starting to build up some favors in town, so you can call those in at some point. And so I think where we left off is the next thing is the group is gonna, help out someone in town, as you kind of were trying to do with Ash, and we decided that you were gonna help out the town gossip, who is Bailey Bales Madison. So Bales. So we will jump into our adventure with visiting Bales right after the cool video intro.
Yeah, before we jump into that, just a little bit of stream business here is a mention of the stream boss, which has already been defeated. So thank you, Hello Tin Bear and Palmer, for the Twitch Prime subs. Those have defeated the stream boss. The stream boss is a little thing we have here. It has a certain number of hit points. You destroy it by cheering and with bits or subscribing, doing things like that. Donations with the link down below. And we definitely appreciate that. And every time you defeat the stream boss, you get to declare whether you are giving essentially a benefit to the players or a benefit to the GM or the player's opposition. So, Palmer, since you were the one who defeated the stream boss, go ahead and declare that in the chat. We'll let that ride for now. And so yeah, feel free to kill off the stream boss as many times as you like and help us out with we definitely need all the help we can get boosting our dice rolls because it helps.
We don't have big dice right now.
Right.
I'm sure the eventual fistfuls of them we will be throwing, but those haven't happened yet.
Not yet, no. All right, let's roll with the intro stuff. We're back. Welcome to episode 3 of Ruralpunk.
Yeah.
Yay!
You're welcome.
I've been so excited for this. I kind of wish we did this every week, but doing it on Thanksgiving would have been a little tricky for some of us, I guess. I would have managed somehow, but here we are.
I probably would have too.
Good,
I spent like 4 hours frying a turkey, though.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, are we getting a song at some point?
Oh yeah, no, it's the song that Paximo wrote in her story. I just put to music.
That's right. We had fanfic, and there's been fan art.
We did. I know.
Art. Yeah, thanks to everybody who's been sending that in. It's awesome.
I'm gonna dip down the background music here, so you're clear to go there, Christian.
And Paximo stories are my favorite anyway. All right, let me see if I can find the words. I need the words because I don't know it yet. I didn't write it, someone else did. Okay. I'm not super good at this, so you'll forgive me some, yes?
I mean, we will. I can't speak for everyone on the internet, right?
I can't expect the internet to forgive me.
I'm sure it'll be great.
The feed
I might need it from you.
I'm sure that it will be wonderful.
So it's let's see. She wrote it. It's called "The Birds and the Bees." Like fun. There it is. Those birds and don't nothing to do with me. They fly through the trees and they. Well, why can't I do what you want me to? Tell me why can't I just go home? Days they're long, and the years they're gone. I'm holding my breath so you won't see the snow. Oh, darling, if you know how I miss you so, maybe then you'll tell me to come home. Oh, the birds and the bees don't want nothing to do with me. They fly through the trees. Why can't I do what you want me to? Tell me why can't I just go home? People keep coming, dying, it's true. The towns are all full, but they're so empty too. Cold always creeps, but your heart I'll keep safe with me till I am home. Oh, the birds and the bees don't. They fly through the trees and they. Oh, why can't I do what you want me to? Tell me why can't I just go home? Minds they might creep, swallow me whole. Story might end in nothing at all. But it'll all do as long as it's you waiting for me to come home. Oh, bird, don't nothing do with me. Fly through the. Why can't I do what you want me to? Tell me why can't I just go home? Oh, tell me, when can I come home?
Woo-hoo.
There.
That was incredible.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I have so many feelings.
It
Same.
was, yeah. Your voice was coming through great. I think we lost a lot of the guitar with the voice activation gating it out,
I
unfortunately.
know.
But it was.
It's okay, I
I
don't have a very good microphone, so my apologies.
Mhm.
It was still awesome. Yeah. So thanks for doing that. It's nice to start with the song.
Sure, yeah. But the song at the beginning of the show is pretty cool, though. So
Yeah, puts it in the mood.
Yeah.
I had fun making that one. It took me a while. I went through a lot of iterations. I eventually made that and finished it like the day before our first stream. So there were other versions that did not get.
turned out very well. And thanks again to Paximo for writing that and letting us play with it. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. I look forward to seeing any more future fanfic of our show. I mean, not that you have to, but we would definitely appreciate it.
Saying if she's writing it, it's going to be the best anyway. So
It was really good.
Seriously, Paximo and Hellcat and anybody else out there who might be creating fan art and fanfic and whatever, you guys are incredible and we love you so much. And oh my god, you have no idea how happy you're making us.
Mhm.
Like, this is amazing.
and I got to get my country on, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do that very
Man,
often.
everybody on this stream is so talented. Why am I here?
Same
Because
reason.
you're so talented. That's why.
Thank you.
Also fabulous hair, as we have discussed.
Yeah, definitely the hair of the cast.
Thank you.
Well, the only non-hat, anyway.
All right, let's play this game.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I something up.
I imagine just sort of like acoustic guitar music playing through the scene a little bit. And as it fades, we come to opening on what looks like it's a sort of white painted but very chipped house. The porch is sunken in a little bit. There's a couple of rocking chairs on it that look pretty weathered. And you can see from the posts on the porch are what looks like clothing line, and you can see some sheets sort of blowing in the wind. And beneath them, you can see a cat sitting there trying to bat the sheet as it blows and sort of failing, but continuing to do it. And I think as the scene kind of comes up, we can see you're walking up, and Bales is sitting there putting up more sheets onto the clothesline. And she's a plump woman. She's wearing a very bright winter coat, even though it's probably in the 50s by this time of year, but very like in a neon coat. You can see she has long hair that is kept in bright scrunchies in a ponytail. And when she sort of turns to look at you, she has triangle-shaped glasses. She sort of smiles over and says, "Well, this is a pleasant call. What brings you all so early to my home?"
Scout will sort of nudge Jacob because I think it was his idea.
Well, yeah. We was wondering if you needed some help with anything.
Oh, you're here to help. That's so good. I didn't expect anyone to hear so quickly. And you see her sort of like look around quickly, and then she sort of motions you into her house and says, "Best go inside. I don't. Well, you know how talk carries around here, and well, I know how talk carries around here. Spread most of it, but this we need to keep.
Looks like you do most of the carrying."
She sort of beckons you into her house. You see the little cat sort of jump in front of her and follow her into the house.
We'll follow her in.
I will also follow.
I do imagine she's that I've been here before. As I do like gossip.
Yeah. It opens into like a main sort of sitting living room area that is full of what probably were once very plush chairs and couches, but you can tell they're kind of worn, faded. You can see two more cats are curled up on an armchair here and there. And she goes right over to a little tiny table that has a pot on it and says, "Oh, would you like tea? Would you like some soy calf? I have some sort of new synthetic energy project in from the city. What can I get for you all?"
Water would be fine.
Soy calf sounds good. I could go for some of that right now.
Yeah, anything with caffeine's good for me.
Anything with chemicals is generally bad for me.
Oh, well, then we'll just do one of each. And she takes a glass and pours something that looks kind of like green powder in it. And it does, like, if you've seen Pop Rocks, like, does a little bit of the sparkly as it enters. And Scout, she hands that out to you and says, "Here you go. Here's your I think it's called Jolt Express, something like that. I don't know. It's very fancy from the city." And, oh dear. And she looks over and sort of messes around with some cups and pours out some soy calf and hands it to you. And then she looks over at you, Jacob, and says, "Oh, you just make yourself at home. You know where the water is, just right in there." And she kind of waves towards where the kitchen is.
Thanks, Bales.
Yeah, Scout's gonna crack open his Jolt Express and give it a tentative sniff.
I think your nose burns.
Oh, this is good stuff. I'm gonna try to down it in one go.
God, I can smell that from all the way over here.
I just filled my canteen in the sink.
You got any milk and sugar for the soy calf?
Oh, do I have milk and sugar? I have 3 kinds of milk. Do you want the whole milk or the soy milk or the almond milk?
Let's just go with whole milk.
Oh, excellent. And she sort of takes the cup back from you and pours it in and takes out a little tiny spoon that looks like it might have once been fancy, but it's sort of been worn down. And she sort of circles it in, mixing it. And Jacob, she yells back at you, don't mind the dishes and the clutter, dear." And you can see when you look in the kitchen, it looks like she's probably had guests already this morning. There's like 3 or 4 like cups in the sink.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think everything is supposed to look this sparkly.
Oh,
Bales
well.
keeps a fine house.
Scout,
Well, I don't think
Yeah.
you're supposed to drink that so fast.
Scout's sort of waving his hands in the air a bit as if he's trying to touch something that only he can see.
Uh-huh. I think your heart is probably racing as if you're, are sprinting right now.
This is really good. You got any more?
This is why I don't touch this stuff, Luna. Bad for you.
Yeah.
No, this
I
is
think I
good.
understand.
It's definitely working. Yeah,
You little Christina Aguilera monsters yet?
I think so. I'm not even sure what that is, but
Some sort of old fey creature.
right.
Scout, she sort of takes you by the elbow a little bit and leads you over to like the biggest couch and says, "Oh dear, just sit down here and don't mind Ginger. He's a little frisky today, but it's fine. It's fine." And you see this big orange cat on the couch sort of stare up at you with unblinking eyes.
I sit down rather abruptly and then start petting the cat.
Okay, now you can't stop. You understand that, right, Scout?
Right.
She
yes.
will bite if you stop for even a second.
All right, so
Locked yourself into a long-term deal, my man.
just let me know when it's time and I'll make a break for it. I'm feeling pretty fast on my feet right now. I think I could outrun a cat.
Maybe that one.
I think Ginger does that cat thing where it reaches out a paw and just gently puts its claws in your pant leg, and just keeps staring at you, not blinking.
Tight.
It's a good thing I wear thick denim.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly for all the thorns and brambles, but it also is helpful for cats and other scratchy things.
Oh,
Like
wow.
robot birds.
Yeah, well, you're the one with experience with those.
Only because I was dumb enough to try and write it.
It worked, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Bales adjusts her glasses and she says, "Oh, my robot birds. Well, that sounds like a story. Why don't we start with that? Why don't you all just come sit down? It'll be very cozy." And robot birds. Wrestling. Was it a match? Did you win? Oh, I bet you did. You look so strong.
Oh, it was a bit of a match. And I'll begin to regale her the story of how, tall tale it up a little bit. Scout making bombs out of nothing and big explosions and everybody doing cool stuff. Talk up the gang.
Nice. She sort of just nods and encourages you. You see her fiddling with her glasses a couple of times, like cocking her head a little bit, but then it's just like, oh, that sounds fantastic. Tell me more. You should act it out. Wouldn't that be great? That sounds so fun.
Okay, but Jacob, you can't leave out the fact that I fought off 10 blood bees single-handedly.
I remember. I was just getting to that part.
They all swarmed me, and I don't know how I did it, but I fought them off.
It seemed like some sort of weird bee karate.
You know,
As
it
if you
actually,
would be trained specially just to fight those bees.
Mm-hmm.
Her every movement perfectly timed.
y'all make
Oh,
it sound
I
like
can
it was.
just see it.
Y'all make it sound like it was fun instead of mortally terrifying.
Well, I
Oh, no,
suppose
it was
would've been
terrifying,
beautiful if I
but-
hadn't been being mauled by an 800-pound bird at the time.
I thought you were gonna die for sure.
So did I.
Scout, she reaches over and pats you on the shoulder a little bit and says, there, just pet the cat. You'll feel better. There's no terrible things here. Just pet the cat. Everything's okay now.
No, it's okay. I feel
So-
fine. Plus, we blew up the bees
you're
anyway.
fine, Scott. Of course you're fine. You were so brave.
Oh, I bet you were
Yeah,
all
you
just
did an
heroes.
incredible job.
I wasn't brave. I was terrified.
I don't remember it that way.
Okay, well, I guess I'll take your word for it. You guys are pretty awesome too.
Thanks.
And she reaches up and sort of pushes something on her glasses and says, "Oh well, we'll just edit out that last part. I'm sure you were very, very brave. Oh, what a good story." Now,
Wait a minute, were you recording this?
recording? Oh, that. How can you accuse me of that after I made you that nice soy calf?
Well, because
I mean,
you have
it's not an accusation. It's a valid question. I mean, you said you would edit it out, you know. Kind of sounds like you're recording.
Well, you know, when you tell a story, you edit things here or there, snip, snip. You know, it's. Don't worry about it. You are all very brave. You are just the people that I need.
Plus, in this day and age, it's very difficult to be a town gossip without receipts.
Oh, so now have any of you heard what happened, or no one's told you, has they?
I haven't heard anything about dead bodies being found, no. Why would I know anything about that?
Well,
Well, I want to hear your side of the story, Bales. I want to know what you have to say.
oh no, I mean, I hadn't heard anything about bodies, but that sounds like a story for late at night. The lighting in here is just not really good for that one. You know, we want to keep it heroic in the morning, use the sunlight. Now, well, I'm kind of concerned. I was supposed to meet one of my friends, and well, I went to her place because she seemed very tense the last time I saw her, and usually people just open up to me, and she was very closed mouthed, and Mithri wouldn't tell me anything, and she was supposed to meet me for tea last night to tell me, you know, one of those scarier stories after dark. She didn't come, and then I called her and she didn't come, and I didn't go to the base, of course. I'm not going to walk up there. Who knows what they do up there, but no one has seen her in the last day.
Missing person.
Yes.
Do I immediately know this friend of hers that she's talking about? Like by name? I know that she mentioned her name. Very briefly.
You might. We haven't established. I don't think if you would. I think Jacob would probably remember. Captain Mithri was leading the military squad when you were at the Antique Emporium.
Yeah.
So she was the soldier that had sort of like the golden skin and metallic eyes, and did not shoot Jacob, despite expectation. So I don't think you got close enough for that. I can't remember if you're close enough to sort of see her name tag when that was going on, but she's one of the soldiers that's around town a little bit more.
And she's an officer, so she's probably a good contact.
I'm just going to jump in out of character for a moment here to say that Coop 374 became the stream boss a little while back and has decided to aid the players. Palmer aided the opposition earlier, so now there's one. Now there's one for each, and we're getting an echo.
We evened
Palmer,
up.
I can't believe you betrayed us.
I can't.
Very disappointed in you.
I just like drama. This is creating tension. This is good.
That's the sort of thing I expect from Radio Free Supplice, or let's see, who else normally picks the opposition. I know there's at least one more who'd like to do that. I don't think they're in the room at the moment.
All right. Does anyone know where the echo's coming from?
It's not coming from you or me, I can tell. Maybe just Christian, try talking, just you.
Hello?
No echo there. Okay, Mac?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not me. I can hear my voice echoing.
Yep, it's happening through Christian's system. Do you have us going over speakers instead of headphones?
That might be it. Hold on.
That's totally it, yep. Give us a moment, please. It's odd that it wasn't happening at all before. I mean, it happened a little bit on the stream, but it gradually got worse and worse, and now it's, like, significant. All right, so As you're waiting here, we have one thing in favor of the opposition and one thing in favor of the players. We can use that a few different ways, getting extra die or doing some sort of a narrative bonus, and Cass can cash in hers for, all sorts of fun things. Pretty much whatever she wants. Generally making our lives more miserable, or adding an extra complication or something.
Mm-hmm. And I know one of the bonuses for players we talked about is you can use a power you don't actually have one time.
Oh, right.
So if you see all those powers on your character sheet, there's one that speaks to you. You can use the player bonus to do that effect.
Yes, please.
Well,
Is the echo better now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep, and we do have one of those in the bank right now, so.
Excellent.
Let's find out, let's see, the town gossip, Bales has asked us about a missing friend of hers. I think we're just gathering a little bit more information about it.
Yeah, like who the friend is would be pretty handy.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we're interested in helping you find this missing person. At least, I'm just speaking for myself here, but I'm expecting the other two of you are it's right up your alley. What do you think?
Of course.
Absolutely.
That's great. I guess we're in. Yeah, tell us the details.
All right. Well, my friend is Captain Elena Mithri. She's one of the officers over in the base. And
I know Captain Mithri.
Oh, of course you do. I'm sure you probably sing together, don't you? You wouldn't tell from the way she wears her hair, but she loves music. Just
Does
get a...
she now?
Yes. And, so she... Well, no one's supposed to know this, but she was looking for an apartment here in town to get off base. Something's been going on up there that's been making her uncomfortable, but... Well, she was supposed to tell me, and then before she could come and tell me, she disappeared. No one can find her. I went as far as across the river, but you know how that military base is. There's so many weird lights and sounds coming from there. I just didn't feel safe, going up and knocking on some sort of guard gate or whatever they have.
That's what I would have done. Gone up and knocked on the guard gate. Is there a better way to go about this?
Well, you're the one with all the heroic experience. I think if you're going to go knock on the guard gate, I'm sure that will work fine. It's just, I hear about the heroics. I don't actually go to them.
Oh, right.
Say, how do we spell Captain Mithri? How do you spell her last name? I don't remember.
Mithry.
Oh, I wasn't too far off.
I was.
Well, 2 letters out of 5, I guess, isn't great, but it's not too bad either.
I don't know. I can't tell you too much about what she does with her time because she always said it was, the Red Ropes. They're everything's confidential. But
of course,
I know the last place she was going was the base because she had to check in before she came back and saw me. They needed to do muster or something like that. I don't know what roll call. I don't know what they call it up there.
Well, probably not muster, or she wouldn't be on the base anymore.
Right. So, that's the situation. Of course, if you can find her, it'll be very much appreciated. I'm very worried. I think, well, I don't know if you've heard anything, and she kind of looks over at you, Luna, a little significantly, but apparently there's some growing tensions in town. I'm not saying dead bodies, but well, I know everyone's getting tense.
About what? Exactly.
Oh, what moonshiners do is their business. I'm not one to talk about other people's business. Nope.
Wait, you're not?
I didn't hear anything about the Moonshiners. Can you tell me what you know about that?
Well,
This definitely sounds like an interesting story, and
You don't
I know
think
how
they-
much you love sharing stories.
well, yes. Why don't we roll for it?
All right. I feel like I would be rolling Connect. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, you're trying to like connect with her and appeal to
Okay.
her. You can always spend 2 stress to gain an extra die, or someone else can assist you to gain a die, or you can just roll.
I have already rolled.
Excellent.
Can I still like spend stress or get an assist or anything?
Well, you've rolled. I like your gumption. After the roll, you can try and resist a consequence, or you can always turn it into a success by taking a condition.
You should totally take the condition. It'll help you get experience points.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the condition.
All right. So you'll just mark the one related to ego, so guilty.
Mhm.
So for the audience to know, what that means now is Luna is vulnerable to sort of feeling guilty about things. So when they use any of their related actions after the roll, they roll a condition die. And if it's a 1 through 3, then their guilty feelings cause some sort of complication, and Luna, or if Mac as Luna, will describe what that is. But if you get a 6 on the condition die, your emotions actually help you, and you get to sort of describe what bonus you get from that. And then anytime you roll a condition die, you get experience in that attribute. So
Nice.
you overcome the limit by taking the conditions. You kind of lean into the social interaction, and she sits back and sort of just sets her hands on her lap and says, "Well, now of course I don't want to gossip, but it is important to know about our community and share what's going on. And I know, well, I don't know. I've heard that you and the Moonshiners have, some history. So I'm sure this isn't any surprise to you."
Oh, you heard about that?
No, of course not, dear. I'm not one to gossip. But what I heard was I heard there was a young lad who got a little trigger happy. But no one wants to say where the bullet went or what it went into, of course. I just know that there were bullets that were not intended. And now the Moonshiners are throwing a party outside of town to not talk about bullets and where they went, of course. A barbecue, I believe.
Well, yeah, that definitely sounds suspicious.
Wait,
Oh wait, is that the?
I heard there's a barbecue.
I mean, didn't we all hear about the barbecue? I mean, just about
Yeah, I
everybody
mean, I
in town
heard
knows
about the barbecue, but I didn't hear about the, the rest of that.
I mean, we're invited to the barbecue, and we're gonna head out there later. I thought. Anyway, I mean,
Well, I mean, I try not to miss barbecue.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you going? I say to Bales.
Well, I haven't been invited yet, and she pointedly is not looking at Luna. I hear they have very good barbecue and very good food, and it's such a good way to get to know your neighbors. But of course, I wouldn't just invite myself. I wouldn't want to impose.
Hint, hint, Luna.
I take a sip of my soy calf and I look in the other direction.
Of course, I have so much laundry to do. I'm sure I couldn't find the time anyway. Well, I'll just, stay here and do laundry and worry about my dear friend and why she's not returning my calls and petting my cats. All alone.
Yes, well, we'll get to the bottom of that, and we probably won't have much time for the barbecue ourselves anyway. Otherwise, we'd invite you to come along with us, but...
Oh, of course you
We're
would.
just
You're
gonna-
such a sweet one.
We're just going to pop in long enough to be polite and grab some food quick, and then, I guess maybe see what we can find out, huh?
Oh, I like quick barbecues. Just pop in, get some food.
Oh, do you want to come with us? I guess there's room in the truck.
Oh, that is so neighborly. That is so nice. Oh, well, since you insist.
Yeah, sure, you should totally come with us. That would be great. That would be awesome. We would love to have you along.
Oh, well, thank you. I didn't know you felt that way. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
This is
no,
nice.
that would be great.
It was very Tourette's-like, the enthusiasm that she has.
Yeah, I I'm sorry. I mean, I wasn't sure if, I could extend the invitation to you, but I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
And those kind of things are always the more the merrier sort of things, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, exactly. Ginger and I will be happy to come.
Wait, you're gonna
Oh.
you,
Given that
You're
they
gonna
are
bring your
moonshiners,
cat?
I would not recommend bringing an animal to a barbecue of any kind.
I don't think that's really a place for I mean, do you how are you gonna bring the cat? Do you walk on a leash or something?
Oh no. Ginger is very, very compact. And she reaches over and sort of pushes a button kind of near the cat's ear. And you see that it kind of goes down into a little box, like a hologram box.
And there you go.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, this way you don't have to feed them. It's so practical. I mean, I have to turn Ginger off whenever one of the scaredy cats of town come around worried about the wild, but...
I get that it is technically an artificial pet, but why is it such a dick?
Well...
I mean, couldn't they have programmed it a little nicer?
I mean, I suppose part of the point of it is to be authentic.
That cat has bit me every time I have tried to pet it. They come like that, factory?
Oh yes, it's a guard cat.
Wow.
So you must be setting off one of its sensors. Maybe there's something not quite human about you. Oh, that sounds like
I run a little cool, Bales. You know that.
I don't know. Doesn't seem to mind me any, and I sort of wave at my weird-looking face. There's no hiding the warp of the wild on my skin. Well, under my skin, rather.
Well, Ginger always did like that jolt stream that I just got and have not had before.
I'm sorry, you feed that to your cat? I don't think that's supposed to... I don't...
No. In Bale's defense, the cat is completely pretend.
And it's probably highly conductive from the a very alkaline taste. I don't know if that makes sense.
Did you lick the cat? Please tell me you didn't lick the cat.
No, I'm referring to the beverage. I did not lick the cat.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were talking about the drink's taste or the cat's taste. I get confused very easy. I'm a simple man.
Well, I just need to grab my purse and then we'll be ready to go. Do you think the barbecue's starting now? I hadn't heard all the details, because I didn't want to impose.
I think it's kind of an all day thing. What's that?
She looked over at Luna when she said that.
Oh, sorry.
It definitely seemed like a most of the day affair. Sorry, add a character, what was the time frame on that?
I don't know that they ever said. I think it was after you do this for us, we'll have barbecue.
Yeah, I was just sort of playing along and making up details
okay.
and seeing if they would stick.
You know what? I'm not actually sure what the time is, but how about we give you a call when we're on our way over?
Oh, that'd be very neighborly. My phone doesn't work, but if you give Ginger a call, Ginger does take messages, and I'll be able to listen to them. And you can find Mithri, and then we can all go to the barbecue together. That would be best.
Agreed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been meaning to talk to the good sergeant about her music inspirations anyway.
Captain, she's very particular.
Oh, I know. That's why I call her that.
Oh, ha, that's so clever. Okay. Would you like any more of the jolt or the soy calf before
Yes,
you go?
please. I mean, I'll take another jolt. I might need one later. I mean, when I come off of this one, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get really sleepy.
Oh yes, I've seen Ginger just fall right asleep, like just running and fall asleep. But let me get you that. And she gets up from the couch and goes and messes around on her like tea table.
I don't think it's supposed to do that.
What, the cat or the beverage?
Yes.
I don't think we need to. I think it's probably just leave this alone.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need any more soy calf, but thank you for the offer.
Of course. And when you're ready to talk about the bodies that there definitely do not exist, you can come back anytime after dark. And I'm sure it's a very tense story, very, very interesting story. Yes.
Okay, gang, we are burning daylight. Why don't we head up to that base and see if we can find that captain?
Yeah,
and we
sounds
wouldn't
like
know
a good idea.
anything about bodies, but we'll tell you if we find anything out.
Well, time to be.
I elbow Scout sharply.
Oh, right, and I sort of get up and move towards the exit. Hey, look, the cat didn't bite me at all.
By the time you get to the exit, I have started the truck.
Bye, Bales. It was really good to see you. We'll give you a call later.
Oh, yes,
the window.
Awesome. Good hanging out with you.
Bus is leaving, guys. Come on.
You hop in. Whew, I think that was one of the shortest amounts of time I've ever spent there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She is like 5 shades of crazy, though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Absolutely. Oh my god.
I'm not
I
sure
swear
what
I
you
thought
mean.
that cat was real before today.
I mean, just because it's
I've been-
synthetic doesn't mean it's not real.
It's just that I've been very angry at a box for about 3 months now. Taking a little getting used to.
Yeah.
Well, your anger
Wow,
towards the
guys,
synthetic
I am-
being is just as valid as your anger towards the organic thought construct.
Okay. Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
All right. Okay. Totally.
Sorry, that was weird. I'm being too weird. Go on. What were you
No,
saying?
that was oh my god.
Yes,
No, that was totally my fault. I'm the one who made everything weird. I completely screwed all of this up. This could have been totally normal and reasonable and everything, but it's oh my god. No, I totally just asked too many questions and wow.
You didn't
Yeah.
do anything wrong.
Yeah, are you okay? You seem kind of I don't know, like you're anxious about something.
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
What was that
I
about the
mean-
barbecue? It seemed like you didn't
my
want to
God.
invite her.
I didn't. I
Oh.
didn't. I mean, she wasn't invited, and I think that she knows what's going on with the moonshiners and the red ropes, and I'm
Really? Because I don't think she seemed like she knew anything about the bodies. And that would be something she would know about, you'd think.
Scout. She mentioned like 8 times about how she didn't know about the bodies. Does that seem normal to you?
Well,
Does
yeah.
anything about Bales seem normal to anyone at all?
I mean, that's fair, but
I mean, he
you know,
does make a
do you
valid
really
point.
think that she would have drawn attention to how much she doesn't know about something if she actually doesn't know about it?
Oh, she wants you to think she knows everything about everything. That's Bales.
I mean, that's true, but I still
She wants
really
you to-
don't.
She wants you to tell her the story like you're telling it to her again. She probably doesn't know much
Yeah.
about anybody's at all. She just wants you to tell her more about them, like maybe she does.
Yeah, that guy kind of mentioned them without. That was dumb. I guess I was kind of nervous about them too.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Gee, thanks. I really needed that.
I mean, not to be
confirmation.
rude or anything, but like,
We could have gotten out of there with just the bee story, I think.
yeah.
But now she's somebody's date to the barbecue. Not it.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't tell her that she wasn't invited, even though she wasn't invited and I had no business inviting her. Oh my god.
Okay, well,
I don't know how she got in my head like that.
She's a tricksy one.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she sure is.
I always just thought of her as a sort of a kooky, harmless lady.
That's why people tell her everything.
Yeah, I guess it seems a bit confusing now, but oh well. She's our friend, right? We're helping her out. We're gonna find this
Absolutely.
captain.
You go way back.
I'm a little bit worried about this lady. If like the moonshiners are offing red ropes people and having other people frame the murder on other people. I mean, what if they did something to Captain Methry? I mean, I'm not a big fan of the red ropes in general, but I don't know. Captain Methry seemed nice and all. She didn't shoot you.
How is that a measure of how nice someone is?
I mean, for
It's
military,
really not.
it's a pretty good baseline. I mean,
I guess it's better than, shoot on sight and all that, but
Yeah.
well, I thought it was nice of her that she didn't shoot you. I was kind of expecting her to, because they were out looking like they wanted to shoot somebody. So,
Well, they probably did, but I am nobody and therefore not really qualified to be shot by them.
yeah, but you just drew a bunch of attention to yourself, which nobodies typically don't do. So anyway, my point is that if I hope nothing bad happened to her, and if something bad did happen, that maybe we can get to her before it gets too bad. I don't know.
Yeah, let's operate on the assumption that nothing bad happened to her and see if we can find her.
yeah, I hope that's the case.
So shall we head up to the base?
All right. Question, Cass. Are we to step back and plan out the venture approach stuff, or just keep rolling with the role play as we go?
We're gonna zoom out and sort of plan out the venture a little bit, and then we'll zoom back into the action. So, for the players, there's a link in the Roll20 chat, and for the first part, this is out of character, so this is kind of you as players. We're gonna go through setting the stage, which is there's questions that the players, you can see there's going to be a list of questions, and each of you will pick one of them to ask me, and in between you each asking a question, I'll pick from the GM list and ask you. Are people able to find that page, or would it be easier for me to post it in chat?
I've already found it.
I haven't yet.
I'll get there. I have so many windows open right now.
I can imagine.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Let me see.
Actually, hey, I gotta step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. I posted it into the Roll20 chat, so for the player questions. And so you'll each be able to pick one of those to ask me as the GM, and I'll answer it for you. And in between that, I have GM questions that I will ask.
Okay, so there's a list of 5 questions we can ask, and then 5 questions you might ask.
Is it venture phase is what I'm looking at?
Correct. If you just scroll down to set the stage, there should be the questions down there.
Yeah, the questions we can pick from are: what is the biggest threat? What is the unseen threat? What detail of the threat's operation is often overlooked? Who is an unseen ally? And how could this venture escalate local tensions? So, feel free to look through and pick those. Why don't we just go ahead and take our break now? It's a little bit on the early side, but since Mac had to step away for a moment, seems like maybe we should.
Good a time as any.
Yeah.
So we'll take a break for 5 minutes.
All right, I'll see you in 5.
All right, I'm switching to that break screen.
All right, so I believe the group was getting ready to find a missing captain, and so we're just gonna set the stage for the venture together. So, the players, do one of you know which question you want to ask?
Yes.
All right.
Go for it.
I would like to ask, what is an unseen threat in this situation?
Ooh. So, nice. The unseen threat is the people who took Captain Mithri were doing it to get the favor of someone else. And so the unseen threat is that person who's sort of orchestrating things behind the scenes.
Mystery mastermind.
Can I ask? Can I ask real quick how we managed to find that out?
So in some ways it's just kind of the abstract listening to town gossip. So as you're kind of getting ready for the venture, since you're in a small community, sort of hearing what's going on. So you would know that there's someone's trying to curry favor by making red ropes disappear. So for my first question, and any player can answer this. Which of your contacts could be hurt by this venture?
I mean, I feel like there's definitely potential for what's her name, Charity, to be hurt by it. Yeah, because I believe that she has ties to the Moonshiners.
All right, so Charity, the town delinquent, could be hurt.
Oh, there it is.
All right, what's the next player question?
All right, I will go with how could this venture escalate local tensions?
It could escalate local tensions because the venture could escalate local tensions because if it becomes clear, like people know that someone's making red ropes disappear, maybe even multiple someone's, and if it becomes clear who that is, everyone's going to have to choose a side and sort of pick. Are they, on the side of the military because they're just doing their job? Or are they on the side of whoever is trying to sort of take them down?
All right.
Okay.
And my next question. What potential danger worries you the most? And you can just make this up as the players. If you say this is a potential danger, then there it is.
I'm worried that the captain may be in danger. Simply because it can escalate local tensions. It's basically it's the equivalent of killing a cop. It's a good way to bring the law down hard on the town. So.
Yeah.
I'm also really worried that this is going to somehow become our fault. And that we're going to get implicated in this, and
that does play into the guilt,
frame
doesn't
as
it?
the guilty ones. Yeah, it does.
Wow, Mac, that's pretty well rounded.
I am such a good role player.
You just showed me.
It all connects. What is the last player question?
Oh, let me take a look at it, make sure I get the wording right. What detail of the threat's operation is often overlooked?
So the main threat that you'll be facing The part that's often overlooked is how many allies they have. And so people don't always know who's on their side and how many people are supporting them. So there's kind of this, it's hard to know who to trust and who not to trust.
All right. So their connections
Yeah.
are secret and scary.
All right. And then my last GM question. How do these threats scare or intimidate their enemies?
I'm guessing they disappear people and cause them violence.
Yeah, they can disappear people, but also might allude to disappearances of people or other bad things that have happened as if they might happen to them if they don't fall in line. So both the actual
Right. So
threat...
Yeah. And
but
the possibility of indoctrination.
Excellent. All right. So, the next step that we do is, as characters, you kind of know all these rumors and all these threads. So to recap, you know that Mithri's gone disappearing. You know that this could end up coming back on Charity, the town delinquent, because of her connections to the Moonshiners. And that also, if it becomes clear who's attacking the military, it'll divide the town into sort of sides and might increase the tension that way. You know that the person behind this has a lot of secret connections and is known for making people disappear, and also indoctrination. I like that word. And there's a feeling that with all this sort of secret maneuvering that it may somehow become your fault. So, as the three of you are sort of hearing these rumors, picking up on it in town, you need to start making your plan for finding or rescuing Captain Mithri. So if you scroll down on that same page, there's making a plan. And the first step is picking the type of plan you use. And this sets sort of the opening obstacle or conflict based on what you pick. And once you know what type of plan you want, then we'll figure out what the detail is to sort of jump into that. So the options are a barter plan, so negotiating, bargaining, persuading. A cunning plan, pursuing, revealing, or outmaneuvering. A deception plan, luring, tricking, or manipulating. A force plan, threaten, destroy, or pressure. A rally plan, so overwhelm, overthrow, or defy. A spoil plan, so weaken, cause disorder, or cause confusion. Or stealth, trespass unseen, camouflage, or silence.
All right. Sounds like we have some things to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems to me that we
A
don't
couple
exactly
are right out.
have the advantage of force, do we? Or the ability to overwhelm
no.
these people.
Well, we don't know who these people are. We may very well have that advantage. I mean, you can't just assume the military took her.
I mean, we're also 3 people, though.
Yeah, I think stealth is probably what I would favor. Though
Mhm.
maybe
Alright.
a deception or a spoil could be a good option. That said, well, Jacob, you did talk to the military and not get shot last time. If you feel up to trying to negotiate or bargain our way through this...
I thought we were being cunning. You know, I was just distracting them while you were sneaking around.
Yeah, well,
I was
we were being
personally
cunning.
thinking barter or cunning with this plan.
Well, we do have a good track record with cunning.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it definitely served us well dealing with the gangs.
Absolutely.
All right then, let's be cunning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, wily foxes. So the detail we need to decide is what your hidden knowledge is. So if you're going to pursue, reveal, or outmaneuver, you have some sort of hidden knowledge. And
we maybe know who she was last seen with.
Mm.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. I like it.
Preferably something that'll keep us off the base.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting my name real quick. So, all right. You know who Captain Mithri was with, and so we'll sort of talk about the detail, and then we'll roll the engagement to see how it goes as you sort of put this knowledge into effect. So you know that Catherine Mithri was last seen with Noel Arkwright, who is a long-standing member of the town, born in the town, grew up in the town, but there's been some suspicion of Noel because they are working for Syntheory Tech, that city corporation that has come in and is known for no one can talk about what they're doing. And as far as you know, the military has not been working with Syntheory Tech. So for a military captain to be with Noel stands out a bit, that would not be something probably work related. And they were definitely the last person that Mithri was seen with in town.
All right. So a good place to start might be to find out who Noel Arkwright socializes with outside of work, and if it's not work people, then it might imply a different organization.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of pursue Noel outside of work and sort of see what's revealed from that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just some friendly asking around.
Yeah. So before we jump into the action, you all will pick your item loadout, which is how much you're carrying. And you can mark that on your character sheet just to remember sort of how much. So if you have a light load, you can carry 3 checks worth of equipment. Normal is 5 and heavy is 7.
I'll go with the normal load. That lets me pick up to 5 points of gear here, and armor is 2, and I might need that in case someone decides to shoot me.
You know, that's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking normal.
I feel like if we go with heavy, we're going to look too suspicious for being cunning.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to figure out what your engagement roll is. That sort of determines how well things are going when we open. So you start with 1 die for just luck. The next question is sort of town support you have. So if you have more bonds than grudges, you gain a die. If it's less, you lose a die. I was just counting on your town sheet, and you actually do have more bonds than grudges, so you're up to 2 dice. If you have more favors than tension, then you get a die. So I believe you brought your tension down to 0, so you're up to 3 dice. This is going well for you.
We haven't rolled yet, though, so, you know.
I know.
Yeah.
And
In
you
theory, it's going well for us.
Yeah.
It will max out at 4, but we'll see how close you get to that. Conviction. So if your plan advances your ideals or rebellion, or if it goes against your ideals or rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my rebellion is sustainability, and having a town that tears itself apart with internal conflict isn't very sustainable, so perhaps that would fit in there. I'm not sure if that is a stretch or not, but it makes sense to me, who is subjectively placed to benefit from it, so.
That's also not very equitable either. My rebellion is equity.
And the team.
that kind of feels like more of a stretch.
Look, and the
Mine
team
is
does have
compassion.
common humanity, so compassion and humility by trying to help in this situation. Does that apply?
That's yeah.
We are trying
think
to
so.
help instead of help someone just shift the blame for a horrific crime onto another party. We're actually trying to help someone who's missing, so it is a bit more of a feel-good operation.
All right. So you've gotten up to your force. The question is, if you lose one on this last one, power. So is the plan particularly forceful, or does it target an opponent's strength?
I think maybe we are targeting the opponent's strength because they have lots of allies in town and we don't know who they are. Maybe
Yeah.
the mastermind. But maybe I shouldn't be arguing for us losing dice.
Yeah.
I thought that was very convincing.
Well, it's
Stop helping.
It's definitely not a forceful plan.
Well,
All right.
I mean, if it needs to be.
So that's
That-
well, yeah.
So far, though, we're not planning on jumping people and beating them up and kicking down
Yeah,
the door
we're
and
not
guns
planning
blazing.
on being forceful.
It's more about hey, who are the connections coming at it from the sides? I think we're good there, but yeah, I do think maybe we're targeting their strengths.
That being said, if these are people that are kidnapping people to make it look like like the town is doing something to the military, they might need to get thumped a little bit.
Sure, it's
like
just that's not part of our plan, though.
Right, a spanking might be in order.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
It's on the table, that's for sure.
All right, so I think we're at 3 dice. Who would like to roll 3d6 to launch us into the venture?
I will.
Yay.
Okay.
I should make a macro for engagement rolls, but right now we just have to type.
Oh, nice. There's a 6 in there.
Yeah, there is.
Look at that. All right, so with a 6, when we open the scene, you see the approaching danger and have a chance to act first. So, it starts with, I think we just get almost montage shots of you. I don't know if it's a group or just one at a time, sort of keeping an eye on Noel Arkwright, seeing where they go, who they talk to. They seem to spend a lot of their time in the downtown sort of satellite office of Syntheory Tech, and go from there to their home, and they don't go out a lot. But then at one point, maybe on a Friday night, you see that they leave work and they go down to the southern part of town, and this area is sort of a slightly swampy, weedy, wet area, and they are going down and into an area that you can see looks like where a lot of cars have gone to die, basically. It's not even a car lot. There's a lot of sunken into the wet dirt. There's some that are sort of pieces and parts that have been scavenged, and you can see that Noel is there talking to someone who is also wearing sort of the Syntheory Tech suit, and then someone else who looks a lot like a moonshiner in the sort of the denim and the flannel and the very folksy look. And as you're maybe kind of crouched behind a car looking at this, seeing the 3 of them talking, you notice that from in the marsh area, you see what looks like LED lights turning on, and something is approaching through the marsh with sort of artificial lighting on it. What would you like to do?
Approaching them or approaching us?
It's coming in kind of the general direction of both. So if you imagine that you're here and there's where they're meeting, then just past them, coming from the marsh, is the artificial light.
So they'll run into them before they run into us.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we're in a sort of a hidden position to overlook this this meet that's happening, but then it looks like there's a third party showing up. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
So currently we have our boy Noel, who's a synth tech employee, and a moonshiner.
And a second Syntheory Tech employee. So the sort of the trio of them.
All right.
Well, I think I'd like to maybe maneuver around to get a good kind of stealthily maneuver around to maybe get eyes on whatever that other approaching group is before they come upon this. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go see if I can get eyes on whatever that is.
Just be careful.
Please.
Yeah, of course. And
I'm gonna have to go after him, aren't I?
take a moment and realize that I'm actually going to have to
Probably.
do this thing I just said I was going to do. And then I sort of go to slip away after a moment's hesitation. And I'm going to try to sort of
Change your mind.
skirt around the edges of the brush or whatever to see if I can get a look at whoever these are that are approaching.
Okay. And you're trying to avoid notice, is that correct?
Absolutely. That is quite important to me at this time.
Let's have you roll then to see how successful you are at kind of going through this.
Sing the stealth song. You'll be fine.
Do not do that. That is a bad idea.
I will sing the stealth song in my mind's ear as I sneak. And I think I'll use maneuver. That's right up my alley.
Yeah.
Here goes. I got a 5, so yeah.
All right.
You know, I want this to go really well, and I'm anxious to start racking up those experience points from conditions. So I'm gonna take the condition of hurt to just fully succeed at this. So I'm sneaking around, and maybe there's a chance I'll get spotted or something, and I dive for cover, and I just my foot gets caught in something, and something gets wrenched and makes an awful popping sound and feeling. I'm not spotted, and I managed to do what I want to do, but I'm not feeling so great right now.
All right. So you get to exactly where you wanted, far enough sort of around them on the other side to see. And what it is you're looking, you at first you're just seeing the lights, and then your eyes kind of adjust as they come closer. And it looks very much like a patchwork vehicle in that there's part of a car body, but then instead of wheels, it seems to have sort of robotic legs.
Oh, cool.
And the headlights you can see are a very intense LED. And I think probably as you're looking at that, the light reminds you of Karen, your AI. It's that same kind of blue, intense color.
I take out my communicator.
Oh boy.
And it's sort of walking through the marshland towards where you are at. Do you want to turn on your communicator with Karen?
Yeah, I'm actually going to turn it on to communicate back to my friends, but I don't know what else might happen, of course, when I do this. I fully realized for a moment that this might cause something else unusual to happen, but I'm the kind of person who wants to find out what that is if it's going to happen, so I turn on the comm and hold it up. Guys, Luna, Jacob, there's this big spider truck thing. I haven't seen one before.
Spider truck?
You been drinking more of that stuff?
No, I saved it for later. I think
What
it's
do you
still in
mean?
my system.
What do you mean a spider truck?
Yeah, take a picture, send it.
Oh, right. I hold up the comm thing and hit the button to take a picture.
When you all
Holy
get the
shit.
picture, it has a little emoji from Karen of an
Aw.
android face.
Of what? Of what?
An android face, an android emoji on the picture.
I
Aw.
love you, Karen.
So that thing's got a Karen on it?
What? Yeah, kind of, maybe. I don't know. It looks similar, similar tech. Maybe it's related to this, synth.
So there's a possibility that Karen might be able to turn a regular old truck into a spider truck, and we have not tried this out yet.
I don't
mean-
think that's how that works, because you would need to put additional hardware on that. But
You have a truck, and there were some parts around, and oh my gosh, focus. You're giving me really good ideas right now. But
It might be really fun, is all I'm saying.
right?
So, is there
it would, but
anybody
let's
in the
focus.
spider truck?
I'm looking to see. Can I make out if there's still a passenger area, or is this a weird robot thing?
You can
While
see...
he asks that,
Robot thing.
I'm going to zoom in on the picture like a sensible person and see if I can see that. See if I can see anybody in the driver's seat.
This is why you're the brains of the outfit, Luna.
I love it. I think we do. We get Scout. They're kind of squinting into the mix of like the darkness and the bright headlights coming that way. And Luna, you're able to zoom in, and you can see. It still looks like there's seats from the car, though like the fabric has been ripped off, but there's no one in it. So you can see where like the seats were, but there's no one sitting there.
Huh. Hey guys, I zoomed in on the photo that Scout sent me, and it doesn't look like there's anybody in the driver's seat. It doesn't look like there's anybody in the truck at all.
Great.
Well, I'm kind of inclined to sit tight here and see what happens then. Unless you have some other ideas.
Stay out of sight and stay quiet.
Yeah.
So it looks like the military. Wait, excuse me. It looks like this synth corps and this gang of do-batters and perhaps Skynet are all in cahoots now?
I mean, I wouldn't go so far with the conspiracy theory, but like, that's kind of what it looks like, yeah.
I mean, there is some sort of conspiracy. It wouldn't hurt for us to start coming up with some theories.
Well, yeah, but...
And if the theory does happen to be about some kind of conspiracy, well, that's not on us.
Right?
Okay, that's true, I guess. I don't know, I just don't want to make assumptions without proof.
Well, that's pretty much how science is done.
And in the country, that's pretty much how we do everything.
Yeah. Scout, can you hear anything from where you're, I guess, crouching?
It's making some sloshing noises. It's not terribly quiet.
Can you hear what the people over there are saying? By any chance?
Well, let me see what I got here. I go digging through my backpack. Let's see. Looking for something like a laser microphone, or no, not quite that, but like a more long range, long distance pickup microphone tool. I'm not seeing anything on the equipment list that would quite match that. So So I'm just looking over the gear list here to see what would fit the best.
Yeah, I am
While
too.
you're doing that, are
Not much
are the people that we're watching like reacting to the spider truck in any way? Like they've got to see it. It's got giant LED lights on the front.
Yeah, so I think we, as you wonder that, we have the camera swing back to the three of them, and they seem they're still deep in conversation. But then the synth core person, not Noel, but sort of the one you don't know, turns towards that way and gestures, and you see the moonshiner rest their hand on a firearm they have sort of at their waist, and the synth core person is gesturing and talking, and I don't know, I feel like maybe Jacob, you'd recognize the gestures of someone trying to make a sale or like be very persuasive as they're talking to the person. And you can see the moonshiner kind of just shifting in place and looking at them, and then looking at those approaching lights, and then looking at them. And you can see that Noel is pretty much just looking at the ground. Like they're not seeming to be as engaged in the conversation.
Now, I'm a fairly empathic fella. Does he look guilty?
From the general body language,
Yeah.
a yes.
He just sold out his friend.
So Scout's been digging through his pack, and he find. I'm gonna cross up a junk into treasure thing here. So I'm gonna find like this small little flying toy. It kind of like zips along pretty quickly. I guess doesn't go very far. It's all like mechanical. It's I guess thinking like those balsa wood planes you'd wrap around, but something that's made out of plastic. And it's got a couple parts in there, and then like this little little microphone pickup thing that I rip off of some small obsolete game device and wire into something. I'm gonna use my fabricate to essentially turn this into a little bug that I can hopefully like land near them and then have it transmit back to my device so we can listen over our comms. So I think I'm gonna use a junk into treasure and then back that up with a fabricate if I can.
Sounds good.
That's cool.
And I'll sort of like activate this thing and have it go flying through the air and land nearby. Hopefully quietly enough that they don't notice or just think it was some animal or something. All right, and
Ooh, 6.
Hey.
That's a good roll.
It
I'm
is
having trouble
excellent.
seeing the dice. This is killing me.
Hovering over it, looks like I had a 2 and a 6. So not a critical success, but still a really good one.
So you're able to rig it together exactly as you said and sort of send it, and like you said, it sort of swoops through the air a little bit and then rests on I think like a tossed aside tire, and is sort of just sitting there looking like part of the trash. And I imagine the sound sort of, is it piping through like your encrypted communicator back to you?
Yep. That's what I'm figuring. I'm just going to dial in the radio pickup mode on my communicator.
So you see Karen puts like an icon of an ear on themselves, but you hear it piping up
Nice.
through, and you can hear the Syntech person saying, and yes, the last experiments were very successful. No more casualties, no more repeats of the unfortunate events before. We are almost ready to go into production. You know, we need some assurances that our deal is solid. If you're willing to agree to the contract tonight, we can begin to help you expand your operation. And you hear the moonshiner's voice come back, and he's saying, "Well, I don't know. I mean, how do you keep this thing from being eaten by the wild?" And
I turned up the volume because Scout was very curious about that. Like, probably more curious about that than anything else that's being spoken so far, given his priorities on...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
And you hear the Syntech person say back, "Well, that's the genius of it, isn't it? It is the wild. We've injected the wild right into its central processor."
Well,
I'm sorry, can we hear this?
Yes,
as they
you
say
are
in Rio
overhearing
de
it.
Janeiro,
Yes.
jackpot.
Oh my god.
I think the moonshiner is having a similar, just like, well, gosh, that sounds dangerous. Is this well established practice in the metropolis? And you can hear the Syntech person being like, "Well, it's the absolute cutting edge. You know, I wouldn't say that it's common because we have excellent work, but no need for you to worry about anything. You know, like I said, no more repeats of the complications we had a few weeks ago." Scout, I think you're going to notice that you're kind of at this point now in between this approaching spider car, as they're calling it, and them, and it's still coming your direction. So you can tell that it'll probably sort of reach you before it reaches the group of 3.
Oh, I didn't plan that out very far. Guys, I hurt my foot. I don't know if I can get out of here in time. Can you see a good spot for me to hide from where you're at? I don't have a good vantage point without sticking my head up.
Are we leaving now? Are we done with these guys?
I don't know, but this thing's getting closer, and it's kind of coming towards me, and I think it's working for them.
All right. Give me 30 seconds.
There's some kind of hang on.
Karen, please tell me you recorded that.
You get a thumbs up icon.
Sweet.
What's the closest attribute to like perception? Would that be analyze?
Maybe scan, depending on what you're trying to do, but
I was
it's a matter
thinking
of
either
perspective.
analyze or scan. I'm trying to figure out, like quickly look for a good place for you to hide.
That sounds like scan. Scan's kind of that like quick cursory search.
All right. That's a 4.
So
I'll
success
let
with
you
complication.
pick. Either it's going to take you a little longer than you wanted, or you're going to have to reveal yourself a little more than you wanted to get a good look.
Oh, wait, are you rolling the thing that you'd feel guilty about, or is that a different one?
No, that's something different.
Okay. Sorry, Karen.
So
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, what were my options again?
So I'm thinking I would be revealing myself a little bit.
I'm trying to help with that.
Yeah.
Because we're in a swampy area, right? Okay. Well,
Do you want to assist?
I can bring in some fog.
Ooh. So you're going to use the player bonus from the boss.
Use the player bonus, and I guess it would be the storm, right? Is that the closest one that'll bring in fog?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So since you're using that, you get 3 dice because you're using the special boss power. So you'll get to roll it at the level it is.
Neat. So, how do I do that?
You can make chill 3 temporarily and just hit chill to roll it if you want, or you can probably that'd be the easiest way.
Yeah, I'm all about the easiest way.
So are we tying these together, or do we still need to resolve Luna's thing?
Yeah. So I think
we still need to resolve mine.
Yeah, sorry to jump in. I just want to
That's
make
okay.
sure we understand the mechanics too. So
I think what it's going to be is Luna has revealed themselves, and Jacob is sort of minimizing the impact of that complication by pulling in the power. So it depends on how well that went, which it looks like is very well. So I think what happens then is, Luna, you have to sort of reveal yourself a little bit, and you see a perfect spot. Maybe it's like an upside down, like small, used to be sports car kind of near there that Scout might be able to slide into. You look and you make eye contact with Noel for like an instant, and then fog just comes in. Jacob, what does it look like when you summon up this fog storm?
Well, since it's a storm, obviously, like the clouds are going to darken up a little bit, but it's mostly just the evaporated water that they're standing in anyway, and it's a cold fog, very, very chilly, unseasonably so, and thick like pea soup.
Excellent. So that's what we see is, Luna, you make that brief eye contact with Noel, who's like sort of looked up from the ground and sees you, maybe noticing the movement. But before Noel can like react, suddenly this thick fog just rises up from the ground and envelops all of you. Scout, the only thing you can see super clearly is those beaming headlights that are sort of still coming in your direction. But Luna has found a good location for you to hide.
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and make a break for that location. Do I need to roll for that, or was that part of Luna's roll?
I feel like probably Luna's roll just helps you get there with sort of the advantage, and then with like the fog coming in, you probably have a little more time to get there.
Yeah, I'm limping some with my sort of twisted ankle, but But I could sort of swiftly crawl / limp over to the hiding spot and throw myself there and pull the thing over as the headlights are just about to wash across my position.
Mm-hmm. And I think you see as they come near your position, you're under there, you see that the headlights turn from that sort of bluish light to a deep purple, and they start blinking a little bit.
Oh, pretty. And
you hear, do you still have your comms on with the little thing?
I've got it in my hand, but yeah.
You hear the moonshiner say, "Wait, what's going on?" And the Syntheri tech says, "Oh, it seems your new product has detected a wild thing nearby."
Uh-oh.
A what?
A wild thing.
That's me, baby.
Oh, well, this sounds bad.
Yeah.
And Scout, you can feel the ground shaking a little bit as the spider car kind of climbs over the car you're hiding in, and moves towards where the three people are sort of circled up.
I think I'm okay, guys.
Yeah, I think I'm the wild thing. I'm gonna lead it off, okay?
I thought for a minute it was talking about Karen because of what they said, but I think you're right.
Yeah, it's definitely me. That fog's not from here.
It would probably be best if the moonshiners and the synth dudes didn't know that we observed them here. So try not to get spotted, maybe, and we'll watch your back.
All right. And I'm gonna mosey, but sneak.
Where do you want to mosey to? There's the town north of you, there's the more marshland south, and then there's the river to the west of you.
Towards the nearest known chimera.
All right.
This thing wants to try and track me. Best of luck, baby.
That's a really good plan. I'm trying to think of where. I think the nearest known chimera is definitely known chimera is north of town. So that would be sort of going towards town and back up north.
That's fine. Then that's the way I will go.
All right. Are you moving on foot or are you taking your truck?
I am moving on foot. I'm leaving the truck with my party so they have a truck.
So I think you start going north, and Luna, you might be in the best position to see that. Now you can see the headlights and they're purple sort of blinking. The blinking is getting faster, and you hear a little bit of whine as it starts speeding up and going in the direction that Jacob went.
Guys, we're gonna have to get out of here. Jacob.
I know, it's on me.
You definitely have to get out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm leading it towards something nastier than me, and I'm gonna try and throw off the scent a little bit too. I'm gonna lower my body temperature to whatever the ambient outside temperature is to make it a little harder to see me. Great. So those guys are gonna scatter, yeah? Like they're gonna leave, I assume. When they do, you should grab Noel.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Use the fog. Guys, it's a robot. It may be smart and it may be good at tracking me, but I'm a guide. I can handle it. If you don't hear
I'll have
from
to
me
take
by
your word
morning,
for it.
it got me, you know.
Yeah.
I will try not to. I'm just going to lead it to something a little wilder than I am.
Paximo says that Scout is muted. I can hear you fine.
Yes, I know. It's my mute button on the end here. There was noise in the house. I was making it quiet, but yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I guess you responded to me over comms, and the camera for the viewers was near Jacob here. So Scout was expressing concern that Jacob should be careful at using his powers because this thing can detect wild stuff, or seems to have some ability to. That was pretty much the point of it all. So that's really what I missed from me meeting myself again, like a dumbass.
Scout, do you think you're going to be able to make it to the truck?
I think so.
I know you said you hurt yourself, but
it's just my foot. Nothing's broken. I just sprayed it. I'll be fine.
I brought medical supplies in my kit, but I have run away.
That doesn't help us at all.
Well, we could also say I left him in the truck, which is more likely.
Scout, if you can make it to the truck, I'm gonna try to grab Noel.
All right, I'll get to the truck. You try to grab Noel if you need help. Hopefully I'll be at the truck in time to help you.
Okay.
This has all gone to shit.
What are you talking about? This is fantastic. I'm the one getting chased by the robot.
Yeah, but there's this synth corp that's making dangerous robots that are part wild, part robot, and they're selling them to... this is bad, guys. This is going to be real bad. I don't know what...
This is super bad, so let's all live, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to.
No more splitting up.
That's what we're doing. We're
I
all
know.
splitting
That's what
up.
I'm like. After this, no more splitting up.
Okay.
This is our one, guys.
So for Jacob, how do you want to try and avoid getting caught by the spider car?
Well, I was going to hope for nonchalance, but that doesn't appear to be an actual option. Worked with the guards, not so much with everybody else. I do lower my ambient temperature, though, since I'm already probably pretty frosted over at this point. That being said, I'm going to, use my my ranging skills, if you will.
Your ranging skills?
I'm hunting a chimera, essentially.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's kind of, can you hunt down the chimera faster than the spider car can get to you? I like that. Now, before we have you roll, do you want to take 2 stress for a bonus die to push yourself? Is there anyone who can assist you? Or do you just want to roll your 1?
Let me take a look at where my stress is currently. Oh, yeah, I'll absolutely. Did you say 2?
Yes.
For a bonus die. Well, I only have 1 in hunt. It might be good to have that. So I'll take the 2 stress and roll hunt with 1 bonus die.
Look at that. You needed that die. Got a 6.
All right. Good
All
thing
right.
I got it.
Do you want to describe the montage of your hunt up through town as this spider car follows you? What is it?
One of the things I have in the kit currently is, what's it called? Promise to a Chimera. I don't know what that is exactly, but it sounded cool, so I took it.
So how that works, so it's a counts as equipment. You get the help of a chimera, but you had to make it a promise or owe it something. So the question would be, basically, what have you promised the chimera in exchange for its help?
Oh, well, I mean, I keep the land safe.
Mm.
I don't let anything encroach too far in either direction
Mm-hmm.
to let it have its area.
All right. So we see you going through town. Now, does the fog follow you, or did you leave the fog just in the...
I left the fog with them, like standing right where it was.
Mhm.
I don't know how big the storm is or anything, but I'm not moving the center of it. It's hopefully still with my party, keeping them safe from shooting.
Okay. Since you have the promise for the Chimera, I think you know that a number of its pack hang out under one of the bridges that cross the main river, and that's kind of where they are to communicate with people in town who have worked out deals with them. So we can see you sort of creeping up the river, and with the machine pacing behind you. And when you get to where the bridge crosses the river, you can see two of the Chimera's pack there under the bridge. And one of them looks like a dog, but it has sort of spiny bristles instead of fur. And the other looks like a badger, but it's very big, and its fur is almost like shimmering and sparkly.
Ooh.
And you can see them, and they're arguing over what they want to eat for dinner. And there's kind of this moment where they're like arguing about, no, I think just the barbecue sauce on the rotisserie chicken, and then they stop and like both look at you as you come up. What do you want to do?
I say, in whatever fashion that they speak in. Hello, ladies. We're kind of just coming up like I'm one of the guys. I mean, I'm basically made of ice right now, so I don't look normal.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought you a snack.
The badger gets bigger, like grows to sort of look over you, and it says, "Oh, that's a rare delicacy. I haven't seen one of those before."
Something new.
Oh yes. Oh, this looks very tasty. Does it go down well? What sauce do you put on it?
I think you got to eat everything, but don't eat the middle. The glowy purple part, you might want to stay away from.
Oh yes. And you see the badger's claws get much bigger. We will just scoop that part right out. Won't we, Patch? And you see the bristly dog. Its muscles start expanding, and it nods and says, "Yep,
Well,
spit that part right out."
Oh well, hey, if you give me that part, I'll let you guys share the rest between you. Neighborly of you, anyway.
They look at each other, and you get the feeling that they're talking in a way that you can't hear.
As they do.
Yeah.
Fair trade.
The bristly dog reaches its paw and shakes your hand, and says, "Very well. Yes. I like this. I like this plan. Let's hunt."
All right. Let me know if you need help taking it down.
All right. And I think we see the two of them moving towards the spider car, and we will cut back to the two of you who are still down in the marsh. So the plan was, Scout, you're trying to get to the truck, and Luna, you're trying to grab Noel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think we see, kind of as predicted, as the spider car went racing past. The moonshiner starts looking much more uneasy. And Scout, you hear, he says, "Look, I don't like how this deal's going. We need. Let's meet tomorrow. We'll finalize the details. You show me you really got control over that thing, and we'll meet tomorrow." And you can see he's starting to like back up away. And the Syntech person who's been trying to talk to him is sort of following him, trying to convince him. And you can see that Noel glances at the two of them and then sort of is looking around in the fog. And then starts walking pretty quickly back towards town. Luna, how would you like to grab them?
I would like to... Okay, so what I want to do is I want to kind of judge the path that Noel is walking.
Mm-hmm.
Try to figure out, like, which direction they're going in. And I want to position myself, like, right, like, kind of in the intersection of that path, but, like, still kind of not visibly in the way.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. And then when he walks by, I want to try to just surprise them and grab them. I have a set of restraints with me, so I want to, use those to kind of subdue them.
So I feel like that could either be sort of like a brawl if you're trying to wrestle them, but if you're trying to be like sneaky and quick and just like snap on the restraints, maybe that's more of a finesse.
Yeah, I'm thinking finesse. Especially because that's the one that I actually have a point in.
It's like, is that because you have finesse?
No, it's totally not because I have finesse.
Because I would be brawling the shit out of this guy.
Yeah. No, I am rolling finesse.
All right. Now, are you getting assistance, or do you want to push yourself at all?
I don't think that I really have any assistance.
The fog is on your side.
That's true. That's true. So I'm less visible. I feel like I should be getting a bonus die for that.
Jacob, do you want to spend a stress to have the fog be somewhat helping out?
You bet I do. Because that sounds awesome. I want helpful fog in my life.
That does sound awesome.
There we go. Whew. I am stressed.
You cast Fog of Helpfulness.
Forms little tendrils in like a veil around.
I cast Fog of Awareness.
There we go.
Man.
Okay, so that's a 4 for me.
All right. So I think the consequence, and you can look at if you want to resist this or overcome this anyway, is you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to sort of click those restraints around Noel, but they're going to make a lot of noise. They're going to sort of be yelling and like trying to pull away from you. It'd be very, very obvious that something very bad is happening.
Yeah. How would I be resisting that?
So you would just sort of describe how you try and silence them, and then roll the related attribute to see how much stress it costs.
Yeah. I mean, obvious solution is, slap a hand over their mouth.
All right, that sounds like a meatball resist.
Mm-hmm.
Where this works is you roll the attribute, and then you take 6 stress minus whatever the die roll result is.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow.
All right.
So you might take that.
Wow.
That's okay though. This is good. We know this stuff.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
That's the worst possible result.
Oh no.
Great.
So you
All
take
right.
5 stress? Oh man.
Does that max you out?
I am more than maxed out. I am like 1 more than maxed out.
All right. So how it works is
This is bad.
I think you just bit your hand or something, and worse.
Yeah.
you.
I'm so lucky I got rid of all that stress last time.
Oh my god.
You are very stressed. You will not be able to use any kind of stress until you are able to get rid of some of it during downtime. So you stay maxed out. And then once we get to the downtime, this will take a toll on you, and you'll have to resolve it by making a sacrifice. So you can feel like the
Right.
adrenaline and everything as you're able to slap your hand over Noel's mouth and sort of keep them quiet. But you know that you're at your limit. Like things are not going maybe as you expected, and another thing going wrong is
Somehow it's all your fault.
It is all my fault. I'm the one who fucked this up. Obviously, it is my fault.
What kind of sacrifices are we talking? Like, she has to make a sacrifice. Like, it's her eyes. Like, what?
I have to go slaughter a lamb on the altar.
Yeah. Do you have a firstborn?
not anymore.
Oh, that's
No,
way
I'm gonna have to make
pathetic.
one, and then I'm gonna have to sacrifice it.
Hey,
So much
at
worse.
least you get the fun part too.
So, until that happens, though, you are maxed on stress. But you have Noel. Scout, how's it going for you?
Well, I guess I'm just gonna be making my way toward the
You're
truck.
muted.
Oops.
Or I can't hear
I
you,
wasn't
at
muted on
least.
the stream this time. I wasn't pressing the push to talk. So I've got like two things involved here. All right. So thank you for speaking up, and letting me know. So yeah, I guess I'll be sort of painfully but quietly making my way over to the truck, and I want to pull up to where Luna's at just as soon as they've restrained Noel.
All right. I think with how it is, with how distracted Syntheritic is on talking to the Moonshiner and Noel has been apprehended, I think you're able to just kind of limp over without being noticed and get in the truck. And so, Luna, you see the truck sort of pull up to where you are with Noel.
Meep meep.
I don't honk my horn. I pull up like kind of near the alley and see you've got him with restraints.
So what's like the seating
Oh,
arrangement?
jeez,
in
what
this?
happened? It's like a pickup truck, right? So there's like a little bench in the back seat, and then like a big open area
Yeah,
in the back.
is there a back seat, or is it just like the bench
It's
seat
like
in
a-
front?
It's like a half cab. It's not. It's got like the little, like one little side seat that flips down.
Okay.
But it's got a full bench seat in the front.
All right.
It's like an old Chevy Custom Deluxe extended cab.
All
Very
right. So
70s.
I will get in first, and I'll kind of like drag him in after me. I'm like, just drive.
What
I will
happened?
tell you as we're driving away. I slam the door.
And I start driving away, but it's kind of anticlimactic and weird because I'm trying not to draw attention, so I'm driving away like kind of slowly, I'm speeding up very cautiously so the engine noise isn't too loud. All right, let's go, and we're like creep away.
Well, I managed to grab him.
Yeah, good job. I guess. What do we do with him now? I can't believe this bastard is selling out the whole town. What the hell, man? I sort of.
Do you still have your hand on their mouth?
I sort of like lean over and like
I
just
don't.
tweak his ear some. I don't know. Just do something that seems painful. His ear seems nearby, so just give it a little yank.
What are you, his mom?
And then smack him on the head a couple times because that was dumb.
Be ashamed of yourself, young man. You're coming with me. Get in the damn truck.
Hey, Scout is many things, but he is not cool.
Oh, we've established that.
I completely disagree. I think he's super cool.
I think Scout Noel recognizes you and is like, "What? What are you doing? You're working for the 1050s now, or what? What's even going on?" And kind of like flinching away from your hand.
Remember,
We don't
asked
work for the
him
1050s.
No, don't answer his question.
Well, we're certainly not the ones selling spider trucks to the moonshiners.
Spider trucks? What are you even talking about?
You want to tell us what that's about? That
I'd smack him on the head because he's
vehicle
lying.
that you've got there?
Probably not very hard, but
The crazy looking car with spider legs?
You mean the mobile AV X73?
Yeah, that thing, whatever the fuck it is. You want to tell us about it?
No.
I smack him.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna bring up the comm thing as I'm driving. Jacob, are you alive?
Yes. I think.
Oh, good. He's alive. I say, completely unnecessarily to the people in the camp.
Good.
See? Super cool.
Okay. Is the AV-43 still chasing you?
I don't know what that means.
It's the spider truck!
Ah, the spider truck. Well, chasing me is kind of not what's on its mind right now. It's on something else's plate at the moment. I'll get back to you. Oh, I'm just a little bit north of here, just outside of town.
Oh, yeah, Karen just put a little blip in with your location. We're heading there now.
Don't come to the exact spot, as it may be bad for both my truck and your health.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Just stay a few hundred yards off, you'll be fine.
I'll let you know when we get close.
All right, I'll let you know when lunch is through.
I think we see that the giant badger right now has the spider truck, one of its legs in its mouth, and it's sort of trying to pull it. And the spiny dog has one of the other legs and is trying to thrash it around. And you can hear the louder whirring of the vehicle as it's trying to get away from the two of them.
Mm.
Yeah. Almost done. So, I at this point have kind of anthropomorphized this truck. It's got legs. That's what happens when you put legs on anything, really. At least it didn't have a cute little face or a baby Yoda face. I would have died.
No.
You would have too. Is it dead? And did it look painful?
It is still fighting. It is still thrashing. It's one of those epic things where suddenly the badger's going in the air and it looks like it's getting away, and then the spiny dog jumps on it and is sort of dragging it back.
Oh my. All right. Well, there's really only one thing to do in a situation where a giant robot is flailing around. I'm gonna ride it.
All right. When you say ride it, are you trying to get in the vehicle or on top of it?
No, I'm gonna go after the little glowy thing.
Okay.
I'm helping with the hunt at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do you want to be hunting it?
No, I'm basically gonna have to be kind of fighting it, but that's just the way of things, unfortunately. Hunting sounds nice.
This is the way.
This is the way. I have never removed my Ushanka. Oh boy.
Well, let's see how well your fighting goes to get the glowy part out.
Yeah. We don't have any of those bonusy things left, do we?
We
We're out
actually
of
do
those,
have
I
one,
assume?
I think.
Oh, yay.
I don't think anyone used it yet, did they?
I certainly haven't.
Okay, yeah, I think you can use it for this if you want. I don't mind.
Are you sure? Because this is kind of stupid. So I understand if you don't want me to use it.
I have no objections. Luna, how about you?
Nah, go for it.
All right.
We'd
Well,
rather
thank
see you not get killed doing something stupid, so,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to keep us all alive is all. So I'm doing it. Yeah. Come on, something good.
Ooh.
Yay!
Hey.
I rolled like crap the last 2 sessions. I'm rolling really good today.
So
Feels-
it's a 6.
Feels nice.
Mhm.
It goes exactly how you want. So are you like jumping on the robot thing? To
Yeah, but
pull
then
out
I'm just
the
gonna
bow?
reach down and grab it like it's, like I'm the guy in Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom and num shabai it right out of its head. It's gonna be awesome.
You pull out a glowy orb that looks a lot like Karen.
As I suspected.
And as you do, the vehicle goes rigid and then just like falls to the side.
Cool. Can I do a sweet flip off it, even though I'm in no way?
Yeah, I think with the 6
I
you
just
can do
wanna-
a sweet flip.
And by sweet flip, I mean, can I not break my leg when I fall off?
Yeah.
Do I need to roll anything for that?
No.
Oh, thank you. Because that's where it would have all went horribly for. All right.
And
And
the two creatures are start devouring it. And you can see that like the badger's jaw just becomes bigger, almost like a python snake, just like swallowing up part of it.
Oh, that is horrible. Yeah. I start whistling a tune and walk off towards the truck.
Mhm.
When we come back to the truck, Noel has not said anything. They are perhaps not pouting, but it has a little bit of that impression, like kind of just sullen, quiet. What are the two of you doing?
Scout's pretty much focused on driving to the place where we can pick up Jacob and kind of watching for signs of other people out and about in the town and just trying to avoid any of the busier spots like the popular bars or any restaurant that might still be open or something. Just trying to make it there so without getting spotted, I guess, as best I can.
All right. Luna, do you want to do anything during the drive, or are you just waiting to pick up Jacob?
I think I'm just waiting.
All right. So we see you pull. If you're probably 100 yards away, you can like see the bridge up the road, and there's Jacob whistling a jaunty tune as he comes in your direction.
Steam, obviously. There's steam coming off of me because I'm still just probably covered.
And a glowy Karen lookalike in your hand.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Kind of like
There
tossing it like a tennis ball up.
Oh, there he is.
I wave.
I pull on up.
Hey,
Hey, what's that?
imagine it's, I guess, Karen's new girlfriend?
Karen, do you recognize this thing?
Yeah, it used to be the spider truck.
I'm looking to see if Karen's responding.
It looks just like her, man.
It does look like them, but I don't know.
I mean, would that be her girlfriend or would it just be her twin?
I think maybe they haven't had time to get to know each other properly yet, so. Maybe. What are we gonna do with this thing? Maybe we should bring it to Ash.
What?
I mean, do you think that Ash is gonna know what it is?
Maybe, but then again, maybe that's why it's a
Noel
bad
knows
idea.
what it is. Let's just ask Noel. Hey, Noel, what is this?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm as curious as the next person about this, but maybe we should ask Noel what the hell him and his friends did with Captain Mithrie.
It is a real question.
I mean, Noel is right here. I'd elbow him in the ribs.
I was about to smack him, but when I see you elbow him, I'll put my hand back down.
Yeah. Maybe Noel wants to tell us himself
By smacks
about
him.
what this is. I say, and I'm looking at him very pointedly.
He kind of scowls at you and just shakes his head, and he says, I have nothing to say.
Oh, that's.
Oh, so
good
we
then.
can just drop you in the middle of Chimera territory then.
No, he doesn't have anything to say. That's the important thing. So I could just, feasibly freeze off his tongue and knock it right off his body.
Oh, that would be really gross. Can you not do that?
No, I mean, he doesn't need it for talking, do you know?
You can see, like, his face flushes a little bit and he swallows, but he just, like, shakes his head.
You don't need it for talking, really? Because I don't really want to...
I think you know something.
You're joking, right? You're not really going to do that.
No, of course not. That's gross, man. I wouldn't hurt somebody like that. That's messed up. What kind of
Guys,
sick-
I'm trying to get him to talk.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, I didn't mean to. Yeah.
You want to tell us anything?
Nope, no words. Got nothing.
So you want to get your tongue frozen off? Am I understanding you correctly?
So, are you trying to intimidate him into opening up?
I am. I'm kind of trying to play good cop. I don't think it's going very well. You know, Noel, if you just tell me, that's not gonna have to happen. You know?
Hey, Luna. They were friends. You could probably use that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Look, Noel, we're trying to find your friend. Out of character, can you remind me what her name was?
Captain Mithri.
Yes, Mithri.
Well, he did her dirty, I think.
That's a pretty shitty thing to do to a friend. Don't you think, Noel?
So it sounds like you're trying to evoke a response from him.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
Scout's
That's
just
what
really
I'm
mad at him.
Mm.
Luna, you're definitely primary. Does anyone want to sort of say that they're assisting with this?
How much stress does that cost?
Just one.
Then, yes, of course.
Please assist me.
Scout kind of wants to assist,
Yeah,
but he's just
I'm
really
absolutely
mad.
assisting you because you are out of stress.
Oh my god! I'm rolling so badly tonight. That's a 4.
All right, and then can you also roll the condition die?
I can.
It is the
How does one
left
do that?
under the beliefs. There's a
Okay.
red condition. I think it
that is a
works.
2.
All right, so
Roll 20 hates me.
I'll let you think about how your guilty feelings are going to complicate the situation. Don't forget to mark XP though for that attribute.
Okay.
And so your 4 means you succeed, but there's a complication. This will be sort of my complication aside from your guilty feelings.
Mhm.
Noel, I think it's you are almost too successful, and that you evoke a very strong reaction, where you can see that Noel is like starting to shake and tremble, almost like you see like a frightened dog or something.
Mhm.
And you can see like he's his eyes are getting kind of too over bright, and he's kind of clenching his jaw. And he's like, oh, it's so terrible. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't want to do it. I had no choice. They
Let it all out,
took
buddy.
her.
Oh shit, I didn't think this was gonna happen. I'm
I'm gonna tap the record
oh,
button on
God.
my comm unit thing.
Yeah. Let it happen, Luna. Just
And he says they have her in the main tech warehouse. She heard something she wasn't supposed to. They said they weren't going to hurt her, but then when I left, it didn't look good. I don't even know. It's all my fault, and you have to do something. And with kind of the restrained hands, like kind of tries to grab you, Luna, and is like shaking you a little bit. Like you have to stop them. I couldn't stop them. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
the warehouse at Sin Theory? Or Or what? Where is she?
It's the warehouse. It's the warehouse at Synthery, and you can see now that his face is becoming very flushed, and he's sweating profusely. And I think
Going against programming. Hey, don't say nothing more, man.
You say that, but he keeps just kind of muttering as he's seeming to get like sicker and shaking, and almost like now he can't stop talking.
Wait, man, do you have an ID card or something we can use to?
I'm gonna sedate him with my medical kit.
What's wrong with him?
Well, either something broke in his brain, or well, can I do a roll to see if he's maybe just, popped a gasket or something?
Sounds like a doctor roll.
I have that. I knew it would come in handy eventually.
Guys, I am so sorry. I didn't think that was going to happen. I don't know what I did.
What do you mean? You got him talking. It was perfect.
I mean, yeah, but I didn't think that it was going to be like this.
Got a 5.
How did you think it was going to be?
I don't know. I mean, I thought it would be like in movies. You're interrogating somebody and they just tell you everything. And
Luna, it worked exactly like that.
What kind of movies have you seen?
I mean, yeah.
In the movies, there are always the torture implements and things like that. I thought for a minute that things were going to go all dark like that.
Okay, well, yeah, that's true. But
that was.
I don't know. I guess I wasn't prepared for that to actually.
Yeah, I mean, we're all aware that
in front of me in real life.
You're not. Yeah. It's not your fault. He feels bad for getting his friend almost killed, maybe. But you.
Also, I don't think I could have really froze off his tongue.
I mean, that's probably good.
Are you sure? Because you froze a whole robot.
I'm not 100% positive. I did summon a storm of fog today, so
Yeah, that was
maybe
that was
the old
pretty cool.
Primal muscles are flexing a little bigger than they used to. But no, yesterday I'd have said no. Couldn't freeze a tongue off a man.
It seems like we don't have to worry too much about these spider truck things. The Chimeras seem to be able to handle them. Then I guess, right?
Well, the Chimeras can handle just about anything.
I mean, they are chimeras.
All right, then. So that's not such a big deal. Let's focus on getting Captain Mithri out of there before she's dead.
I think we can do that.
What you can
What
tell
do we do with Noel?
is Noel is going into shock, probably from an implant of some sort.
That's why I'm sedating him. That's why I'm keeping him under.
So you know that you can sedate him. You'll succeed at that, but you won't be positive how to sort of bring him out of it safely. Like, you won't know what condition he'll come out of the sedation once it wears off.
All right. What I will do, I can probably detect it with a standard cyberware detector, which I assume isn't a doctor kit.
Sure.
And then I will hit it with a stun gun.
All right, so neutralize it.
Or at least try to short it out before it fries his little brain.
All right.
That was a very, very brave and stupid thing he did.
So I think with your supplies and your skills, you're able to, you think, sort of short it out and sedate him.
And this is where it comes to light that Jacob is pretty clearly a trained physician.
What are you doing? Is he going to be okay?
Probably not.
Probably not. What do you mean?
When I see this stun gun, this is sticking on the back of his head.
Okay.
That might save him. I hope.
Well, maybe we should see if we can save Captain Mithri then. I think I know where that warehouse is he was talking about. Start heading over there. Is that in town or on the edge of town?
It's on the edges of the town. So you would definitely know where it is because it's, big and obvious. It's near the southern edge of town.
Okay, I start heading south then. I guess we can just leave him in the back of the truck till we're done. Hopefully he's, do we need to drop him off at the clinic, do you think?
We can drop him off after. I mean, he's stable physically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, we better not waste any more time then. So I'm gonna put the pedal to the metal and get us to that warehouse. I'm not gonna go driving through the gate and smash into the building or anything. I'll slow down when we get nearby, but I want to get there post haste.
Speaking of which, we weren't planning on going in hot, were we? Because again, there are 3 of us.
I guess we're gonna have to go in fast. We don't have many options if we want to save her in time, but I think if you mean by going in hot, like walking up and kicking down the door and shooting people, that's not really my style. Maybe we can sneak in the back and
Good, because I only had the one rifle and I left it.
And Luna, you're really good at making tech work unexpected ways it's not supposed to. You think you could hack the doors open and stuff?
I can definitely try.
Do you think we can do this, or should we go get help? Maybe this is too big for us.
Scout, can Karen do it?
I don't know if I want Karen to try. If
I
Karen
don't want
connects
her
with
to
their
try
systems,
either, but ask her if she can.
Well, Karen hasn't really directly responded to everything I've asked, but okay. Karen, can you help us get in there and save Captain Methry, who's being held against her will in the Synth Corp warehouse?
Or is she capable of bypassing their security? Because we don't have to use Karen.
I don't know if it's even turned on properly. It's, I'm still trying to figure it out. I think I'd rather not try to connect it or make it work with their tech, because then it might be able to take it back over or do something else.
Yeah, I don't want her to connect with their tech. I was thinking maybe they could tell me if they are capable of such a thing.
Oh, well, maybe they'll answer you later.
You just talk at it? You don't have to type or put in wires or something?
Well, it's hooked up to a communicator. It's been reacting to some of the things I've said. Just doesn't seem to converse every time. I'm looking at the screen. Anything happening?
I think every time you say Karen, it pops up with a question mark, and then as you start talking, it just has ... and then when you stop talking, it sort of goes dark. And so you sort of see question mark ... question mark ...
I think they're learning.
Well, that takes time. Okay, so we don't use that option.
Yeah, I think
Well,
Luna, you can handle it, right?
How about a
I
trade?
might be able to. I can see what I can do with it.
Let's go then. I'm gonna get out of the truck and grab my backpack, and I've got some tools and things. We ought to be able to make use of this. So what do we do if things go bad, though? We should have a plan for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trade.
I don't know. I mean, we can shut it down. Try to dismantle it.
I've got an idea. I'm gonna transfer the recordings that are on my thing of the what Noel had said and what we picked up with the bug and everything, and put that on. Make a copy and put that in a little spare MP3 player thing that I have, and sort of plug that in and download it over to that. And okay. I made a copy onto this thing. what do we do? Like a backup thing, like you're blackmailing somebody, and if they kill you, then this thing gets revealed. That's kind of where I'm going with this. I figured out the tech part of it, but I'm not sure what else to do. You know, like a contingency. This has the data on it. If we get captured, we can say that we got stuff that will reveal everything, and if they mess us up, well, it'll just go public anyway.
We have 2. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why endanger both? I mean, you've already clearly formed some kind of bond with Karen.
Oh, this whole thing, this is just an MP3 player. I just put the files on it. You can hit the play button, hit play, and you can hear it's a playback of the Moonlighters talking to the SynthCorp guys. So if we just have this somewhere, I guess we don't even really need it, right? We can just bluff that we have it somewhere. If we get busted, then...
Sure, but...
I mean, I guess.
What are we going up with the intention of doing?
Sneak into this place, knock out whoever's directly guarding Captain Mithri, and get her out of there.
Well, I think we should probably figure out where she is first.
Well, she's in that warehouse.
Specifically. Well, specifically.
They said it was in the center, right?
No, it's not too big. I mean, we'll have to search the place a little bit. If you can figure something out by hacking into their cameras or something, if they've got
I figure alternatively we have this other AI from this vehicle that we have completely scrapped at this point. This is of great value to them, right? I mean, they probably don't have a lot of these things floating around. Maybe it's worth the price of a captain.
Yeah.
We could probably use that for an exchange.
I've been known to barter a thing or two in my time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that kind of feels like the safest option to me.
Doesn't seem safe to me. What if they decide they don't want to barter with us and just, treat us like they did Captain Mithri? I think it's a good backup plan.
Then we go into town with stories of how Captain Mithri, a prominent entertainer in town, was viciously kidnapped by this corporation that's working right under our very noses. Then we got pitchforks and torches for a couple of days or so. I mean, no corporation wants that. Before you know it, news is out here. A place like this doesn't want news.
We've got some evidence to back it up with. If it was just our word against the corp, it'd be one thing, but, we've got them with their hands in the cookie jar.
And I feel like it's a little less risky than, potentially getting caught hacking into their system.
They give us a red rope. We give them apparently magical AI that doesn't get eaten by the wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd think they'd want it.
Get back in the truck and, I guess, pull it up. And how we do this? Honk the horn, or?
Scout, before we do that, do you want to maybe hide Karen somewhere?
I think that's a good idea.
We don't have to give up both.
Actually, I've got another idea. And it can be somebody else. Just so you know, I'm not trying to be a coward on this, like I normally am. But I think one of us shouldn't go in.
At least you admit it.
One of us can have the evidence, and that can be our threat if something goes wrong. They know the 3 of us hang out. So if there's another one who's outside that they don't account for, that you can communicate with, and even call me or one of you on the line, I think that's maybe our backup in case they just want to kill us and solve the problem that way.
Wow, man, that is actually a very good idea.
I think it's best for me to stay outside, honestly. If I'm gonna hack, I can do it remotely, and
all right,
honestly, this whole thing has taken a toll on me.
I'll hand you the MP3 player. It's got the files on it. I'm gonna take this with me.
If things go bad, just drive.
All right.
Maybe drive into the building so we can jump on and drive away if that's an option. Because
hey, Luna, you good?
Yeah, I think I will be.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You should have seen them. Like, they took out Noel all by themselves. It dragged the guy into the truck. Like, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So you followed the plan
was a lot.
perfectly.
Yeah, everything went great, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay. It's going as good as it can be. We're eating a shit sandwich. It's not going to taste good.
Y'all, everybody has done good today.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. It's just been a lot. You know?
Well, this is a little bigger than we bargained for.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not more than we can chew. It's just a mouthful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe we can save somebody.
I hope so.
Let's hope so.
All right.
I don't think we have time to do the whole thing at this point. Maybe we should wrap up and have a little chat afterwards. But what do you think, Cass?
Yeah, I think we'll see you coming up to the main warehouse. And even though it's called a warehouse, you can see there's a brick wall, and it's sort of topped with iron wrought fence. And then in uniform intervals are yellow petunias all along the wall, sort of like perfect corporate order. And you see a sign that it's clearly like made in a modern factory. It wasn't made in your town because it's very perfectly carved and everything, but it has sort of this white country look and scroll that says, welcome to Syntheory Tech, the haven of the future, like exclamation point. But you can also see, and I think especially Luna, you would notice that on top of the iron wrought fence, there are very small cameras, very advanced small cameras at almost as regular intervals as the petunias, lining the entire wall. And as you sort of pull up, would you have Luna stay in the car and you two walk up, or how are you going to have them? Are they staying in the truck, or are you dropping them off before you get to the main entrance?
I think I'm staying in the truck.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we move out on foot because Noel will be back in the truck and Luna's got the evidence. And...
So the two of you move out and you kind of approach the main gate, and this big iron wrought fence. It doesn't swing like you'd expect. It slides into the brick wall. And you see a petite woman in like a very kind of uniform, bland, corporate-looking suit walk out. And she says, "Oh, welcome to Syntheory Tech. How may I help you this evening?" And I think that's where we'll stop.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Though we do still have XP potentially for folks.
Oh, I like XP.
Same.
XP,
Scout.
you say?
Let's start with your triggers of using tenacity, speed, or embracing the weird.
Well, I think I used speed to get into a position to see the spider truck before it was coming, and it got hurt in the process, so I think I fulfilled that one. There's some tenacity involved, that like I stuck around there, even though it was a bit more dangerous to get the most information and help, so I think I triggered that as well. Embracing the weird, I don't think I really went too far outside my baseline for that on this one, so I think I've got 2 out of 3 there.
All right, so that's 2 that you can add to Defiance level or any of your attributes.
All right, well, I have filled my Defiance clock when I add 1 to it.
Excellent.
And then I think I'll put the other point into Meat Bod, which I hurt myself doing. So.
And then you'll be able to clear your Defiance clock and pick either a new power or one of the special downtime. I know you were looking at Inventor before, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go straight for picking up a point in Inventor.
Nice.
Nice.
And I don't think I remember to put that anywhere in the character sheet, so if you just want to make a note somewhere that you have Inventor, you can use that for your next downtime.
Sweet.
Luna,
Hi.
would you say you used collaboration, technical skill, or befriended a machine?
I don't think I really befriended a machine this round. Collaboration I think I definitely used. I, helped Scout get to safety. Put myself in danger for him. Technical skill. I zoomed in on a photo when nobody else knew how to do that.
That counts.
It's true. We're
Yeah.
bad at technology.
All right, that sounds like 3 total. With the
Yes.
collaboration multiple. So you can put that in any of the defiance levels, or if you want to sync it into an attribute, you can spread it about as you
Okay.
like.
All right.
Jacob, did you use coercion, recklessness, or unleash your power?
I did all of those things today. I both
Definitely.
coerced the machine to follow me and then coerced the chimera to eat it.
That's 2.
I then decided to fist fight the machine and rip out its heart, which I think recklessness, certainly. And I unleashed my power by creating a fog storm, which is way beyond.
Yeah, so I think that's 4 total for you.
Whoa. All right. So I can max out a defiance level with that, and that still leaves me with 2.
Yeah, so you can start on your next defiance level or put them into an attribute if you want to start working on improving some of your actions.
I might want to do that. Do they go directly into the main attribute?
Yeah, so if you see like next to Cortex, it has a drop-down menu for XP.
Yeah.
You can just increase that, and when you max it out, you'll get a new action dot.
Okay.
And then for you, because you also maxed out a defiance level, you can pick a new power. So if you get chill level 2, you'll have 2 dice, and you'll be able to have access to that second power. Or you can pick the level 1 power in illuminate or nourish.
Oh.
Or there's some special downtime actions that you can do. For example, I know Scout took inventing, which is basically creating your own things. There's one where you can create a wild pet that has some abilities and will work with you.
Wait, what? Okay.
Or you
What?
can
So
get
you can
the
straight up
ability to...
get animals with powers and stuff. So I think in the interview that we did with for the Arcology podcast about Ruralpunk recently, Cass was telling me about that. I'm like, oh, you can have a Pikachu.
And I think the third downtime special one you can get is you can make basically poisons and potions from wild mutated plants.
Oh, fun.
You can also think about it if you want to look at them and sort of decide which you want to take.
Well, I'm definitely gonna take the second level of chill because I want to be able to ice stuff. Right now, I can just kind of cool it a little.
Yeah.
But encasing objects with ice is a good way to stop things.
This is true.
And
It's easier to jump on robots if you've frozen them first.
Yeah, I won't have to jump on them if I've frozen them first. I got to stop fist fighting the robots is really what it comes down to.
Just make them ice cubes. All
Right.
So after you take the second level in chill, you can just clear your defiance of all the checkies. You'll be down to the 0 again.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait till we get to invent stuff and find out what you're going to do with your next level of chill there.
Yeah.
And then spend 2 XP on something.
Ah,
Maybe a puppy.
no, now we have to wait 2 more weeks before we get to play Ruralpunk again.
Oh no.
We'll be back in
That's
2
okay.
weeks.
The thing is, I like looking forward to it almost as
Yeah.
much as I like doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much, all of you, for coming on here and playing this game or running the game for us, as the case may be. It's
Right.
been a great time. Let's take a little bit of time before we run out of time here for everyone to have a chance to plug their cool stuff. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
All right.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Mac. I am the producer and audio editor, and also one of the players in an actual play podcast called Pink Mohawk Edition. As the name suggests, it is Pink Mohawk Shadowrun, Shadowrun Anarchy, to be more specific. And it's a lot of fun. We are Shadowrunners out in the wilds of Montana. Yeah. We have a new episode coming very soon, and editing it has been kicking my ass, but it's gonna be a really good one. So, yeah, check us out, listen to it.
Nice. So Pink Mohawk Edition, just search that up on your podcatcher or...
You're muted,
Google search.
Clifton.
There we go. Pink Mohawk Edition. Just go ahead and throw that into your podcatcher or do a Google search.
Mm-hmm.
And check it out. Shadowrun Anarchy Actual Play. It's fun. Christian, how about you?
Yeah.
You guys have stuff going on over there at Zombie Orpheus?
I've always got stuff. Yeah, that's right. I'm with Zombie Orpheus Entertainment. Do some live streaming stuff as well as making funny movies about gaming. But yeah, currently you can find me on Masters of the Metaverse every Monday evening, Pacific, and Zoe Game Nights on Thursday. And I do the Gen Con Table Takes talk show on Friday mornings on the Gen Con channel. And you can find all of that shared and streamed on Zombie Orpheus. So check it out.
Awesome. Thank
We're
you.
bringing back Big Stompy Robots soon and a bunch of other new stuff. So,
Ooh, what flavor of Big Stompy Robots?
a couple of different flavors of Big Stompy Robots.
I like
That's
pretty
as
much
much
all
as
the
I can
flavors.
say. One of
Are
the
they
big
cherry flavored?
one of the flavors of Big Stompy Robots is definitely Battle.
Oh, that's one of my favorite flavors.
Yeah,
What did you say, Mac?
we've done
Is
Death
there
from Above.
a cherry flavored Stompy Robot?
There is on the other show that we're,
Oh, nice.
but it also involves Big Stompy Robots.
Cool. Yeah, there's cool stuff happening with BattleTech a lot lately. The
Yep,
role-playing game
and we
coming
are
out
gonna
this
be-
year that I got to write for. Well, a little bit.
Yeah, there's
Oh, really? Oh, that's so cool.
it's a great game with a lot of lore to it, and it's not always fun to play. And we've worked on some ways to really make it interesting to watch, and I'm really excited about what we're going to do with it this season.
I'm pretty excited about it too. So awesome.
Basically, we've got kind of a mech wrestling thing going on with it right now. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm very excited about it. That's why we're calling it Death from Above, Big Stompy Robots, and just saying what it is.
Nice.
Sweet. I look forward to that. Cass, how about you? I know we all know that you made this game, which is awesome and super fun, and people can get it for free at ruralpunk.net. But anything else you want to say about that or other stuff you got going on?
I don't think I have really anything else big in the next couple weeks. You can always follow me on Cascade Designs on Twitter. It's mostly cat content right now because that's where my brain's at. But sometimes there's stuff about game design as well. And Ruralpunk is definitely what I'm working on right now mostly. So like Clifton said, if you go to ruralpunk.net, you can see the game in its current form and give it a spin.
Awesome.
I think it's also important to note, though, that cat content and game design are not necessarily mutually exclusive.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly don't have to be.
I think we need more cat-inclusive games, personally.
Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Glitter Cat Amusements because their entire thing is games related to cats.
What?
One of
Oh
my
my God.
favorite is it's coming out. It's part of a Kickstarter that funded and that's kind of going into final is called Mayor Cat, where basically your town has decided that all the politicians suck so much you're going to get the cat elected for mayor. And it's a role-playing game where you are the election team of the cat. One of my favorite rules is at all times in a scene, someone must be entertaining the cat. And You do debates, and of course the cat can only meow, so you have to, interpret that. So, yeah.
That sounds great.
Oh
You
my
know, there's
god, I
been,
have
like,
to play this
4
game.
There's been at least 4 Kickstarters this year that involved playing cats in Dungeons and Dragons or figure for cats as characters in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
We love our cats. And as for me, I'm Clifton, also known as Mr. Johnson of the Arcology podcast. I podcast about Shadowrun. I also have the Legends of Earth Dawn podcast, which is an actual play about Earth Dawn. We have some awesome people in that, including the line developer for Earth Dawn as one of our players. But yeah, the big thing that I want to announce on here, like announcing for the first time anywhere, is that I'm doing something new. I'm not sure if it'll be a one-time thing or if we'll continue it. I think it'll be a continuing thing, but on the 30th of this month, December 30th, we're going to have a special live episode of the Arcology podcast. Which the Arcology podcast, It's a podcast about Shadowrun. We talk about the game. We also have actual plays, but this will be like the talk show episodes where we talk about a subject. In this case, it'll be 6th edition character creation. And I'm going to be joined by Opti there as my regular co-host, and Jason Hardy is going to be our first guest.
Nice.
So he's the line developer for Shadowrun, for those of you who don't recognize the name. But, so that's going to be, I think that's a Monday, September 30th. I forget the exact time, but we'll be posting it on our schedule soon. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
December 30th.
Did I say December 30th?
Yes.
You said September. I'm
September.
sorry.
Oh my gosh. Everyone here
time.
who interacts with me to any degree knows that I have some sort of in role-playing game terms on my character sheet, I have a negative quality that says sucks at calendars. Whether it's time zones or dates or day of the week or month, apparently, year sometimes. It just...
No, it's okay. I'm calling you out for it, but I also do the exact same thing, very frequently. Also, September and December sound really similar, and they really should not.
A lot of the embers sound like that. Yeah.
They do. Mm.
Well, I think with that, we'll wrap this up and call it a night. We need a target for our raid, though. Who are we gonna jump in on their channel and make some noise? Any
That's
suggestions
a
from the
good
chat or
question.
people here? I'm looking at a list of things. A lot of people just doing reruns at the moment. I'm gonna give it a bit of time here to see if we get from chat. Oh, Rita Rocket Art from Worky doing some painting, which is, I haven't done that in so long. I've painted so many orcs, and Gretchen and some of their tanks and stuff, and Space Marines. Man, I haven't done that in a long time. So let's raid Rita Rocket Art, who runs a family-friendly. So I'm waiting for the next message to come through. Runs a family-friendly channel and is doing some painting. So let me just figure out this command here. Sit tight for just a moment. I'll get the raid going. And thank you all so much for joining us today. Among the cast as well as the chat. We had such a good time. And looking forward to doing this again in 2 weeks. And somebody talk while I do things.
While you figure it out.
Yay! Thanks for watching, guys. You are all incredible. I am really happy about, how many people have, been coming in and watching us and enjoying our content enough to make your own fan-created content about it. Which is just, mind-blowingly amazing.
Yeah. I love that we have our own Ruralpunk. We have our intro song, and now we also have a Jacob country song.
I know.
All right, we've got the raid thing going. It'll go in about a few seconds here, so. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye. We love you.